Hey, One Punch Man fans, this is Chris Bolts, and I'm coming in with an episode recap and review of this week's episode 2 or 26, depending upon your point of view with this entire numbering thing, monster traits. Now, the question we've all been asking is, after the dumpster fire that we received for episode 1, is this episode going to be much better in terms of story and in terms of animation? Well, the answer is a little more complicated, but let's go ahead and get right off into it and discuss. But before I do make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that stuff helps me out. And if you guys hear anything outside, my next door neighbor is having some work done, so I apologize for any additional noise that you guys might be hearing in there and that. Now, what I will say right off the bat is this episode is still, for the most part, boring. But once again, like I said, the answer to the question that I posed is a little more complicated because for the most part, not a whole lot really happened in here until the very end. We're going to start off right here. And what really had me started to worry about this episode was just take a look at this right here. All you see, once again, is a lot of stills. Let me go ahead and turn the closed captioning off so we can just look at the animation as it's going by. You see the animation, there's just a lot of stills, and this guy right here is the only one talking. I won't sit there and play the sound or anything like that, but as you are watching this entire protest go on, you only hear the one guy talking, but you don't hear any other background noise. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, okay, this is once again a PowerPoint presentation. It's a slideshow. There's not much animation going on, not much activity. You see everything just standing around, no motions, no additional sounds or anything like that. So that kind of had me worried for a minute there about where the direction of this animation was exactly going. And for the most part, at least for this beginning part right here, until this guy actually starts mouthing off to them, because this is the Monster Association that's going out and talking, and this guy says that you could be the first victim, because that guy says, I'd rather be killed than be a monster. And we see Garo walk in, and that right there, it let me know that there might be a little bit more animation off in here than what we got in the first episode. I won't keep playing that right there. I'm not gonna, because I don't want to get copyright claimed or anything showing the entire episode. But we saw Garo use his skills to go ahead and save this man from being killed. And we, once again, all this right here is not animated. It's just a bunch of slideshow presentations and whatnot. But we come here to this next scene, not a lot of animation going on. Not a lot of animation. This is the most animation that we get right here. I think we're gonna see a lot of Garo being animated. And I wonder if that's an intention on the part of JC's staff, because he gets animated quite a bit in this episode. But of course, he wanted to just go get something to eat, and that's where he ends up. He ends up here at this restaurant. He ends up ordering a whole bunch of food. He's chowing it down, he's chugging it down, and of course, he ain't got the money to pay for it, so he's a dine-in dasher. Then we got Saitama right here. Saitama's doing the exact same thing. He forgot his wallet. He's gonna become a dine-in dasher. But as he's sitting right there, Fubuki is going to be coming in, and she's going to come in, and she caught up to him. She's trying to convince him to join Blizzard Bunch, and Saitama is kind of blowing her off and all that. He's going to trick her into picking up the tab by ordering a large plate of fries and then offering it to her, and she eats one, and he dines and dash. He runs off, leaves her with the bill, as you can see right here. That's something that's typical Saitama behavior. You see his face right there as he's looking at her. She thinks he's interested in her, but he is actually looking to dine and dash, and that's why he's sweating. At that point, the waitress had announced that Garo got up and dine and dash, but now he's getting up and trying to play like he's gonna go chase him down, and he stuck her with the tab. So that was a little comedic relief right there. Garo is gonna be coming right here. He's getting ready to walk up and save this kid, Tario, from these bullies. And this is the second time that he actually is coming in here to save Taro from some bullies. And it's kind of interesting. And this contrast that I wonder if JC's staff is kind of self-aware about things, because what they're going to do is they're going to go in here and they're going to have a flashback that Tario is going to have of Garo. And you look at the quality of the drawings from season 2, and this is from JC staff. The quality of the drawings from season 2 compared to season 3 is night and day. I don't care what you guys got to say about that. The artwork is okay. But as I'm looking at other anime, and I did a comparison between episode 1 and Berserk 1997. I hope you guys check that video out. Even the artwork from 1997 looked better than what we have right here for One Punch Man season 3. Even the episode 2. So you just see that right there. Just look at the quality of that. Look at the quality of the gun right here. Look at the detailed drawing. Look at these characters right here. It just looks so much better. They look more lively, if you will. I think the season 2 One Punch Man is still much better than what we're getting in season 3. It's kind of like JC staff keeps comparing itself to its own work. I probably would stop doing that, but I'm pretty sure we're going to probably get a few more episodes where they're going to be comparing themselves to their old work, just reminding everyone of how much the quality has degraded over time between 6 years ago and now. Garo actually meets up with Saitama, or rather Saitama catches up to Garo. And Garo is gonna go ahead and step to Saitama right here. He's gonna be reminded very quickly why Saitama is called One Punch Man and knock out Garo, as you can see right there, and then send him flying out. And this is kind of interesting. It makes it seem like he's being sent 1,000 miles away, but in reality, he was just sent a few feet back. Because you see he's right there, and there's Saitama standing over him. That knocks him out, and now Tario and Garo are being faced down by King the Ripper and Insect God. They're coming over here, and their entire intention right here is to test Garo and see if he's actually fully becoming a monster. They're wanting to see if he's getting rid of his human side. That was the intention of Gyogyo all along, to go in there and see if Garo can become a second Lord Orochi. And if you guys want to know why you're saying a second Lord Orochi, this thing right here also used to be a human, but Gyoro had manipulated and cultivated this human to become the first Lord Orochi. And he's trying to do the same thing with Garo, turn him into the second Lord Orochi. But Garo still is holding on to his human instincts. He still has his human presence there. That's why he's standing there protecting that kid. And King the Ripper right here says, if you want to show us really what you're about, kill that kid. But he's not going to do that. And this is actually where it starts to get interesting. This is where the animation actually starts to pick up, because this is about to turn into a fight scene right here. And that's when I actually cracked a smile on my face. Throughout this entire episode, I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, this is going to be another boring episode, isn't it? And then we get to the end and we get to start seeing what the type of animation that's going on right here. And as I said, Garo is probably one of the most animated characters in in One Punch Man season 3 so far. They've spent a lot of time focusing on him, trying to get that. There's that comparison again between season 2 Garo and season 3 Garo. And this entire fight right here is the most animation that we have gotten so far. I like this right here. I like seeing Garo catch this blade and flip King the Ripper over and kick him right there. He's gonna plant both these blades into the ground. He's gonna spin around. And I was thinking, wait a minute, what are you doing? You can't do that. And then I just realized he broke his own arms, and now he's twisting them back into place. Garo's getting ready to fight King the Ripper and Insect God, and that's where the episode ends. They're both upset that Garo is protecting a kid as opposed to killing him, and they said, wow, you're betraying the Monster Association by doing such a thing. Now that this is the cliffhanger, we have to wait until the next episode to see the fallout of this fight right here. And it doesn't end until we see Zombie Man walking up over onto the House of Takoyaki. He is still out trying to hunt for the House of Evolution. He stops here. He thinks this place is the same thing, but little does he know is that the House of Evolution has been destroyed. Armored Gorilla is now in charge of the House of Takoyaki as opposed to the House of Evolution, but we're going to find that out in the next episode. But that's pretty much the entire episode. So yes, the animation has improved. I still don't like the artwork. I think it still looks like something that a high schooler would be able to draw out, and it's more animated than the last episode. And ending on that fight scene was a really good thing on the part of JC staff to get you enticed to come back for episode 3, because frankly, the rest of this episode, I was not feeling it at all. The story still has not grabbed me for the most part. I still don't have an interest in what's going on with the Monster Association. I still don't have an interest about Saitama, which is kind of weird considering that this is his show. I didn't mean to stop right there on Sabuki's chest, but we'll take what we can get. Garo, they're trying to build Garo as a more interesting character. I am not feeling Garo either. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to have some type of character arc going here, but in this season he's trying to discover who he is and his place in society. So he's got a confusion going on right there. So I understand that the creator of One Punch Man, is probably trying to explore Garo as a character because frankly it's going to be kind of hard to build a story around a man who can pretty much destroy everything with one punch. And you can see it in his face. He's got that kind of blank look because he knows he's powerful. I'm talking about Saitama. So he's probably using Garo as a crutch to go in there and help flesh out the One Punch Man story. But that's just my opinion on the issue. I might be wrong on that. You guys, some of you One Punch Man fans, you guys down in the comments, let me know if I'm on the right track or wrong track with that. And by the way, I thought Garo was in his late 20s. He's only 18. Like, what the hell is that? What? I tell you, that's interesting. This kid, he's 18 years old. He looks like he's almost 35 years old. But those are my thoughts on the issue. What did you guys think about this issue, or this episode rather? For me, I give the episode a 6 out of 10. That's a 3-point increase from last week's episode, which was just utter disappointment. And I'll tell you this right now, two of the points come from this last fight that's getting ready to pop off right here. That was the most animated scene in all of this episode and so far of One Punch Man. So 2 points come from right there. 6 out of 10. It's still just average, still ho-hum. The story's still boring, still hasn't really grabbed me or anything, but that fight scene really did get me interested in wanting to come back and watch the next episode. But what did you guys think about this episode? Jump down in the comments, let me know what you guys thought. And make sure you guys do like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that stuff really does help me out. And remember, this is Chris Bolt signing off, and I will catch you guys in the next video. You take it easy.